Welcome. Welcome again to Life with Jennifer J.M. I'm your girl, Auntie Jen. My viewers, my friend, and my subscriber. Hear this. At the press briefing this morning, questions were asked about Andrew and his status. And I listened to Dora answering the question. The first one was about if he is a business owner or a director in the company that breached. And he said no. And Dora have this to say. And this was Dora's answer. I want you to listen to what Dora said.
Question to Minister Morris Dixon. So, we've seen the Prime Minister's response to the Integrity Commission's report regarding Estate Bridge. What I want to ask you as Minister of Information, do you know whether or not the Prime Minister can state that do you know whether or not the Prime Minister can state categorically that at the time of the development in Beverly Hills, he wasn't a shareholder of Estate Bridge?
Prime Minister was very clear in his statement, and the report was tabled yesterday in the House. I have not had a chance to go through it, and so I know we'll be reviewing it throughout the course of the day. But the Prime Minister's statement was very clear. He said many things. He thought that this was a transparent attempt at attacking his character. He was very clear on that. And I know that we in the cabinet, we stand with the Prime Minister on this matter. And these are definitely matters that are before the court. And so I try not to speak about matters that are before the court. But the Prime Minister in his statement was very clear that he was not a director, he's not a shareholder, and he doesn't own the property. That was very clear in his statement, and that is what I would like to be reported. I do note that there were some reports overnight that had said things different than that. And I note that this morning there are some editorial notes under some of those reports, which means that individuals are now clarifying previous reports that had been made. It is really important, especially when we're dealing with someone's integrity and character, that we get the stories right and that we don't issue statements that are not completely accurate. And I see the reports being corrected, and I'm very happy for that. And I thank members of the media who have been correcting their stories overnight. That's important. But the Prime Minister was very clear about his relationship with this company and his surprise that he would have been named in it. And as I said, we'll be reviewing the report and we'll make additional statements thereafter.
Listen to what Dora says in the response to the question that the Prime Minister make it clear that he is not a part of the company. And they are going to look at it and review it. But wasn't the same company name in the first Integrity Commission review that they put out first as one of the company? All right. Another question was asked. I'm going to leave that part alone. Listen to how Dora answer this other question. Take a listen to this.
Thank you. Britannia Wishoff here from CVM. Just to follow up to that, Minister, can the Prime Minister effectively lead when his name has been linked to so many adverse IC findings?
I think the Prime Minister can definitely lead. And if you see what is happening, he is leading. He's leading our country very well. As I started this post-cabinet press briefing, I spoke about our unemployment rate at record low. When we got to 5%, I thought it was record and we weren't going to go any lower. Then we went to 4%. Then we went to 3.6% unemployment. That is unheard of in Jamaica. And all of these things that we've seen where we are lauded around the world for, especially in terms of our economy, that was all done under the leadership of the Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness. He is the one that has led us through COVID and led us beautifully through COVID. He is the one that has been steering us in terms of relooking the way we do infrastructure. When we look around our country, it looks completely different. If you ask any visitor who has not been to Jamaica for a while, how they feel about Jamaica when they come here, they say it looks like a very different place, and it is a good thing. And that has been led, all of that has been led by our Prime Minister. And so this is an individual who has given his life to really supporting Jamaica in our dream of becoming a country that is seen as meeting its potential. That's what he has done. And so you may ask me, how do I feel about this? I personally feel really bad about what is happening. And I tell you why. Because I see someone who is working really hard, really, really hard for our country, and who I see his reputation being tarnished month after month after month. And what does he do? He gets up every day and he holds all of us in cabinet accountable. He tells us we're not doing enough. You have to do more. And Minister Williams is here and she knows it. He keeps pushing us. Our country needs you to do more. And so this is someone who I admire, and this is someone who I would love to see more leaders like this in our country going forward. Leaders who are thinking big, leaders who, in spite of any challenges, whether it's personal challenges to them or challenges to our country like a pandemic, get up and lead us well. And he has been doing that in spite of everything that has been thrown at him. And that says a lot about him and about his commitment to our country. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something. The question was posed to you, Dora. Can the Prime Minister lead effectively? No, listen to Dora answer people, and this is where they use the psychology to distract people. She gone back to when COVID and how him work in a COVID and what him do. It's not what was before, It's not what he has already done, The question, and I don't know if the person didn't ask you the question in the right and proper way for you to have a better understanding in a door. But I think you well and know what she said. In 2020, there was no IC report. He was under investigation, but there was nothing released to the public. Because according to the statement that comes out from the Integrity Commission, in the height of that time, I went money are transporting and all kind of account from SSL and all of that. So I'm not only busy at protect nobody. I make me correct you, Dora. Make me correct you. Your government called an election in the height of a pandemic, putting the nation at risk. So let's just forget that. And the other hand, you come and attack. So what you talk about is presently, since the IC released a report, the question is about how effective. I must have some impact on him emotionally. Oh man, stop chat nonsense. Stop it. You got to talk about, and people will see big changes in Jamaica by people who never come here a long time. Let me tell you something. You look like you're not really a travel. Changes now go just come to Jamaica. Changes may coming from over time to Jamaica. And you don't have nothing to do with no changes at Jamaica. So stop on the foolishness. People are building house and do them sitting and the government are doing it. What wanna implement? What wanna start? I don't like when I want to take people for eat that. You road them in a deplorable condition. You understand them there? And the garbage then we pile up all over in a town centre then. Oh man, listen me. You start to upset my spirit, Because that's not the answer to the question. The world will look on we. I know watch your Prime Minister now. 2020 and them the time nobody never thought that. Come on, lady. Come on. It's a mess. Dora, if you have a same can still operate effectively, it's not a good image for the country. So I don't mean the country nowhere. I don't know if it stop stifling no conscience and be honest. The man is before the court and more things are come out with him associate. Nobody not tell no lie upon him, Dora. Nobody not tell no lie upon him, man. Some of viewers and my friend and my subscriber, don't tell me for nothing. Dora answer a question, them right. Let's try for God. They know them a question and post to them, And then done premeditate what them are going to say. How he was doing. That was before we talk about presently now. since the IC releases. How does it look? What is the image of Jamaica? Sure. Leave on a view, leave on a comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think about Dora FM, because I'm confused with them people now. Bye.